So hot. July 16th, 2024, a year that's going to live in history. Um, Now's the time. If you've been thinking about this stuff at all, now's the time. You snooze, you lose. I'm not big on FOMO. In fact, I'm FOMO adverse. But um, if you're going to have a fear of missing out, this is the time. So, Unicorn Mint LLC, I'm recruiting, you could say. I'm looking for working partners. And what I have to offer is a very real chance to very rapidly make $1 million for yourself personally. Each partner will have more than $1 million. And I say millionaire life, billionaire mind. And I've had a number of thoughts bouncing around in this here billionaire mind until I can codify it in my machine. Will I live on after my death? I don't know. I'm developing a machine that I guess very likely will. So let's see where we can get to it before my mind goes, so to speak. Because who knows? I might have Alzheimer's. It can be said my mom died of it. Took her 4 years though, so I might be around another 4 years, but not very useful. Anyhow, $1 million. If you're not here, if you're not interested in what I'm saying, then you don't see it. You don't see it. This Web3 stuff is huge, $1 billion stuff. I've seen in a YouTube thing where they actually referred to $1 trillion companies. So out of this decade, very likely will come at least $3 to $5 trillion companies. God knows how many making hundreds of millions, and that's the thing. The market cap is heading towards 3 trillion and thought to be end up with being more like 10 trillion. Okay, over like the next few years, and billions of dollars today, right now, are being exchanged. And in this market environment with this innovation wave, $1 million is almost trivial, right? So, yeah, the biggest problem I'm running into, I think, has to do with weaning people off of the 20th century Kool-Aid. Um, which is why probably I'll end up with and probably need mostly people that have what I would call an entrepreneurial spirit. Because if you drank the Kool-Aid about getting a paycheck and having a job and getting promoted, trusting a company, maybe 30, 40 years ago, you could trust your company, but not anymore. Um, yeah, right. Almost off the bat, the employer becomes the adversary. What kind of bullshit is that? No, no. This somebody needs to be able to imagine beyond being a wage slave and well, being a partner, taking ownership. I own my day. I've been self-employed since 2002. Um, and I'd like you to be able to own your day too. So I need project managers, I need team leaders, I need admin personnel. I'm starting up a whole company here. So, HR will have a very special place in meeting at Unicorn Mint. And if you're wondering, you say, well, I thought you were talking about Green Tara Murr LLC. Well, yeah, I am. That at the appropriate time that will be formalized too. But Green Terra Murr owns Unicorn Mint LLC for the most part. For the most part. majority share, say. See, it's about assets. You got to get your mind off of that garbage USD, the US dollar. The US dollar is an IOU you'll never be allowed to catch. It's really a stupid idea. I think his name's Robert Reich, Richard Reich, Robert Reich. Go watch some of his YouTube videos about fiat currency, and you'll learn how we should have learned lessons from the Roman Empire. But here we go. Here we are again. So don't expect the U.S. dollar to last much longer. And all indications are the Chinese are positioning the yuan uh, to dominate the world from here on out. Edgar Casey predicts that, well, without getting into details and timelines and such, but basically that China will be the number one world power for the next 100 years. So it's kind of prophesized. The interesting thing he also says is that the country China will be Christian, which, if you know China at all now, it's considered atheistic. Um, that's probably what's gone wrong in the world. It's not that communism's a bad idea, it's that communism, taken from an atheistic standpoint, is bad, is evil. That's evil. It's not the communism, it's the atheism. So Hanuman seems to be off doing his own thing, making $30 an hour or whatever, and thinking that's good. So he obviously doesn't see it or believe me. Yes, it's about belief too. You got to believe it can happen. And if you don't believe that it can happen, maybe very well the reason why it hasn't happened to you. So let's see. Agent Bliss hasn't followed up with me, so even though she indicated she was very interested, maybe not. I keep thinking about getting a hold of my friend Lisa, which I haven't talked to in years. But she owns her own business, and she'd make a good project leader, team leader, friend. She's been a good friend, but we don't stay in contact. So who else? There's Mikey here, but I don't know. He texted me the other day, "Don't give up on me," and I responded, "Never." But I'm not exactly sure what he's personally got going. Because again, I'm offering $1 million in your wallet, and sell it if you want. That's my carrot. That's my big carrot. Or as I like to modify what Teddy Roosevelt said, speak softly and carry a big stick. So $1 million, but so what? I'm also offering Millionaire Life. So for you to participate in this billionaire mind. See, once I get the machine going, it'll be taking all the input it can, interfacing with all the humans it can. So anyhow, yeah, through Lisa, I could maybe get a hold of Nathan, and I'm not sure. I haven't seen Nathan for at least 10 years, so I don't know what's going on in his life. But he might. And then there's the Reiki master up in Bellingham, Jeremy Ferrara. Again, he's been doing his thing up in Bellingham for the last 10 years since I met him. But he was doing like being an independent financial advisor. So I'm not sure what he's got going income wise, but he may be looking for something like this too. Again, I'm not looking for experience. I'm not looking for reputation. I'm looking for uh, a willingness to learn and a willingness to do the work. I'm willing to mentor through a training, getting up to speed, an internship, an apprenticeship, uh, helping the rank and file pros, at least until we can get some other masters and grandmasters and such around, or at least big siblings like big sisters, big brothers. It's all about support. Green Terra Mer is about support. But yeah, I want people that want to work. And you say, oh, well, I want to retire and stuff like that. Well, I guess officially in the Muggles' eyes, I'm retired. So there you go. So in my bubble, I'll work until the day I die, or am not able to for some reason. Hopefully by then I'll have my machine going, so I'll be a cyborg. Because the future is cyborg, and if you think that's too far out there and wacky and fantasy and stuff, well, it's because you don't know enough. Ignorance and apathy is what makes the world. Money doesn't make the world go around. Money is almost nothing. It's fun. Money is fun, but ignorance and apathy is what makes the world go around. Because if people knew half of what's going on, they wouldn't do it, and so it would stop happening. And if they do know it's going on, then and they let it happen. It's probably because they're apathetic. They just don't care. So we're not ignorant. We're a knowledge-based company. That's the knowledge server I'm working on. Um, Using Web3 mock webhook technology, and and we care. That's the compassion part. But what is compassion? Compassion is offering support when appropriate. It's about all you can do. Did I say, yeah, July 16th, 2024. It's in the morning, a beautiful summer day in the Pacific Northwest. I love it. I am where I want to be. There's no place I would rather be. Fun, joy, smiles, and laughter.